You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Common sense, comedy, and freedom. You found the defenders of American exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. It's Wednesday.
It is.
Hump day, y'all. Hump day.
Hump day! What was that old commercial with the camel?
Oh, hey, walking through the office.
Mike.
Hey, what?
Hump day!
It's hump day! That was fun. You know what that was? That was a failed attempt at the Budweiser frogs.
Right.
That's exactly what that was.
It was that?
I think
that was
so.
to get back at the...
Well, I wouldn't... Get back is probably not the word I would have used, but
okay.
You know,
well,
it was trying to rekindle some nostalgia.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Or the Wasa.
Oh,
remember that?
No. Please no. Please God no.
It's the small things that make you giggle.
All the small things.
No.
Truth care.
No. Truth brings. Stop it. No. It's not funny.
No, it is.
It's
It's great.
No. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello.
Got a great one planned for you this evening. Happy Hump Day. A couple more days to the weekend, y'all. We'll make it. Just suck it up.
It'll be all right.
It will be all right.
We will do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm prepping myself because this is there's a lot to go in today in a short amount of time here, and I'm making sure I got my ducks in a row.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So,
yeah.
First thing we're going to talk about, I know there's a long pause there. Forgive me. I just had a blank on how to word this. Everybody should be aware of it. The allegations.
The lady and the Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I like it now. I can see is that Italian dude just singing it.
Oh, like the old Disney cartoon with the dogs. And
exactly.
It's good times.
Exactly. Yeah. So one of the allegations that has surfaced, everybody and their mother is trying to get Trump out of office one way or another.
Of course.
One day, maybe they'll stop.
I don't think they will.
I'm not holding my breath.
I really don't think they're going to.
But so anyway, there's this watchdog group that has checked, and apparently they're throwing out this allegation, trying to say that the president during his campaign paid off a porn star by the name of Stormy Daniels, who he had an affair with.
Yeah.
Back in 06 or 08, something like that, back when Melania was pregnant.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And how this is be a violation of campaign funds and blah, blah, blah,
blah.
You didn't report nothing. This is criminal.
As, you know, like those campaign people that do the exact same thing every election.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not really the issue here.
No,
This is all the watchdog groups and everything else. That's all just malarkey, honestly.
Yeah, malarkey. No, I
like that word.
I
honestly.
do too. It's a good
word.
Good strong word. But no, I wanted to talk about this not because we think Trump did it, not because we don't think Trump did it.
Right.
The problem with it is listening to people discuss this.
Yeah.
Literally all day yesterday. Especially all day yesterday.
Especially yesterday.
It was
mind-numbing.
It was, because what was happening is even hosts from, different podcasts and things I was listening to and radio shows were all talking two completely different arguments.
Yeah, they had anybody that had. We'll do it real quick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we have two people, right? You and me.
That's you and me. That's
okay.
two.
You take one argument.
Okay.
I'll take the other.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So it was wrong when Clinton did it with Monica Lewinsky in The Office and everything else. That we have morals back then. We have to maintain our morals now. Everything else is just a sham. It doesn't matter about everything else.
Yeah, but you're wrong, because legally it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it does matter, because we have to stay consistent.
But legally, did it matter?
It doesn't
when
matter.
he does it because it was so far away.
But it's not real, because we have to stay consistent with Donald Trump, or with Clinton back when he did it.
We have to stay consistent. Well, consistency. Was it legally problematic that he did it?
It got him impeached, didn't it?
It got him impeached because of some other crap. But legally, was it problematic?
And scene. Okay. No, but that's what it was. The guys would be explaining this, and they would have this literally both arguments together.
You can't have them together.
And it
doesn't make sense.
No, and that's what dawned on me. That's one of the biggest problems that people have today when it comes to issues of any kind. Mm-hmm. We're not taking the moment. We're not taking the time to pay attention to what the full argument and the full conversation is. We're just hearing something, locking in instantly to our own opinion and our own judgment, and then running with it.
Right.
And it's just insane. One of the things that I kept hearing people say, they would call into these shows, one lady, they kept referring to it, we shouldn't be passing judgment.
Yeah. Shouldn't
be passing judgment.
Okay. Well, I can understand that. Shouldn't be passing judgment, sure.
Well, you know what? I would agree with that.
Sure.
But what we need to start doing is start referring to words and using the proper words in the proper context.
Okay.
As it should be. So you're absolutely right. We shouldn't judge what Donald Trump did. It's not for us to judge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, having said that, doesn't mean we can't learn to discern.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's also sort of judging.
No. Well, no, it's not. Discerning is not judging by every definition, especially the way everybody thinks of it, is you're passing a judgment. You're condemning something. There's a punishment involved.
Right. To discern is to actually differentiate between two things.
There you go.
Right.
And it just drives me up the wall.
Right. Okay, so here we go. Here's how this conversation should really go. Mm-hmm. Morally, I see this as a point that we need to say, okay, this is problematic, and this is something that we shouldn't expect. We should expect more from a president. But legally, there is no problematic issue, especially considering that this was, one, hearsay, two, a random, what would you call it? Anonymous person that was actually posting this, and three, legally, the person who originally would have made the claim is now saying that it didn't happen in the first place. And both people involved have books where they specifically go through piece by piece of the people that they have had sex with and the affairs that they have done. Both people have those books.
Why would you? Never mind. That's a whole nother conversation for another time.
And since both people have those books and neither of them have that instance from 2006... in either of those books, I would have to say that it's probably not likely that it happened.
Possible. My thought, just in the whole thing, is let's play this out here. Supposedly, this happened. Like I said, 2006, 2008.
Yeah, it was after his last kid was born.
Yeah, or just around that time. Okay. So, he paid off someone he had an affair with.
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Now is when he paid off. After, Steven mentioned, there are books, and he's not exactly shy about his exploits.
No, neither of them are, apparently.
No. Well, one's a porn star. It's kind of expected.
Yeah. The other one is Donald Trump.
But
It's like saying, and
Right.
one of them's Ron Jeremy.
And the bad part is we have a badundanut.
I know, but I
we
didn't want to
use
do it right now.
What was I saying? Oh, but okay, so this would happen 15 years ago to a porn star and again, the whole allegedly thing. So it happened back then, but he pays her off now.
Yeah. Why?
Just by off inflation numbers, he's got way more money than what he did then, and she only was able, air quotes, this is all hypothetical. She was only able to get $130,000 out of him?
What?
I'm sorry, but if you're worth, what did he say, 10 billion or some crap
Whatever.
like that, I don't remember. But if you make that much money, and you have that much money, and you only got $136,000 out of the man, I would have gotten a new lawyer, personally.
Honestly.
None of it makes sense.
Right.
But see, it's just one more thing for everybody to argue over.
Right. It's just another nonsensical thing.
Even people on the same side.
Yeah.
That's what drives me insane. That is the whole point of what I want this first segment to be about is to implore anyone who's listening, pass this on to your friends. Pay attention. Listen to what's being said, and actually you mean what you say and say what you mean.
Right. Also, understand when somebody else is making an argument, make sure that you understand what their argument actually is before you speak.
Thank you. Because otherwise, you keep saying that word, but I don't think it means what you think it
exactly.
means.
Exactly.
And that's what happens. That could sum up our current
our entire political spectrum.
Well, not just a political, our societal problem as a whole is
nobody listens to each other.
No one listens to anything, and it's just I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the needless arguing and the crap because just because it's just so stupid.
Right.
It is just so stupid.
It's incredibly stupid. It's silly that we're even talking about this or that we have to really mention this at all. We decided to mention it because of the dual argument scenario that was involved in this.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't, going to initially talk about it. It was just, because we don't, partly because it's an allegation. We don't deal in allegations. With Steven and I and rest of us that are part of DOAE, we focus on fact. If it's not a fact, we don't touch it.
Right.
The only reason that I wanted to do this at all was, like I said, to try and bring to light just how people really are acting. Just what I noticed listening, because you won't believe the people that would call in
to other places, because we don't have a call-in line yet.
Not yet. I'm working on that.
I mean,
I'm working on that.
We're still gonna work there.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were calling in and talking to the hosts and everything else, and it was just amazing. 1 minute the host is having, and this is their job, I guess. So he's obviously doing it better than I am. But from where I'm sitting, he's with one person, he's having it for a moral argument, while the other person is having it from a legal argument. And then the next caller will come up, and literally they would switch sides. And I'm not even sure if anybody realized it.
I don't think they do, because it's a natural reaction for us lately, especially in this incredibly divisive political realm.
Oh yeah.
To just automatically be that opposition and just try and knock people off their game. Mm-hmm. And just as a little reference there,
because we're all about winning.
Yeah, exactly. And Blake Johnson, who among us has never dated a porn star and then paid her off to be silent? That's pretty much all of us.
Speak for yourself.
All right, me, I haven't. I have not.
And don't kiss and tell.
He doesn't kiss and tell, but he did have a really short span in the Navy. Port to port, buddy. Port to port.
It's not that short. Port to port to port to port to port to port. It was.
It's not that short reference.
I know. You like that, huh? That was pretty good.
It was good. It was good times.
I try.
Speaking of, that's another conversation none of us want to have, which apparently is one of the big jaw-dropping moments.
There's
the size of his hands. Do those really translate? No, I don't want to know.
What do I do with my hands?
I don't know. Don't go there. Don't go there. Different show.
No, it's not it. But look at Facebook. I don't have Donald Trump hands. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have Donald Trump hands.
My goodness, man.
We were having a serious conversation.
Yeah, and you just had to go there.
I didn't.
You just had to go there.
I did not. Blake did.
Darn it, Blake. Darn you. Taking it.
You know what he did? You know what he did? We're here being serious, and Blake's over in the back of the corner, and all you see is jingling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling as he dings the keys.
That's all he's doing, like, hey.
Jingle them keys, boy. Appreciate you. But yes, that's my point, is we have to, folks, just pay attention to what you're talking about. Know what you're talking about. Know what someone else is talking about. Take a moment. There was a and I'm sure everybody else had the same poem as well, or something close to it.
Okay.
But the poem I learned, and forgive me for butchering it, but it had something to do with the owl. The owl, all he does is sit and listen, and
I don't know this poem.
it's a homeschooling thing.
Well, I don't know this poem, so
but
just kind of go on with that.
Shut up. But anyway, basically, you just the point of this butchered failed attempt at a
Poem.
remembering a poem from my school years. We need to start listening more and stop trying to react and speak. We need to take time, know what you're saying, think about what you're saying, know what you mean, and
Be in a conversation to listen
yes,
and to understand.
you're not here to win a fight.
Exactly. None of us are here to win a fight, although we all do love the fight.
I do.
And speaking of, you can find us on Defenders of American Exceptionalism, DOAE Show, on Twitter and on Facebook now.
Yep.
You can use the hashtag NowIKnow. Tell us what you do know about the show today. You can also go to patreon.com/DOAE Show. Become a patron of ours. Get some cool swag.
Yay.
You can
Folks,
also find us at Lanterns.buzz.
Yes. Check out everybody over there, including Blake Johnson for the Blake Johnson radio program.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, we're going to be back just a little bit. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Be right back. And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Oh, my goodness. Middle of the week.
Yes.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Because I'm pooped already.
So am I. I've had
Yeah, you had a long day today.
I've had overtime for like the past 2 weeks now, so it's been rather nice.
Paycheck's nice, but
I'm gonna that paycheck is gonna look really nice, but I'm just I'm kind of
ready for a nap.
I'm rolling, man. I'm rolling down. I have some good coffee, and it's black.
Yeah, I'm being Have. I found out I can't drink coffee this late. If I do, then
What?
I don't lose any poundage.
Really?
I'm dead serious. It's the damnedest thing I ever saw.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
How would that?
I don't know, but apparently my body does it. The body just doesn't process stuff.
Huh?
Just like, which is fine. I'm good with my water. I'm
not good with water. That's okay, because basically what I've done for the past like year and a half is I've only had like lunch and dinner.
Just lunch and dinner.
Yeah. Check it out. So I have lunch at about 11:30.
Okay.
I have dinner when I get home, or right around 5-6 o'clock, and then I don't eat again until lunch the next day.
What time do you get up?
6 a.m.
Hmm.
Think about that. I'm fasting from.
Ugh.
I'm fasting from like 7 o'clock because after I die, I'm fasting from like 7 o'clock at night until 11:30 the next day.
No, I get
every single day.
No, I get that. I hear though it's hard to tell because some people say you're not supposed to fast like that. Other people say that it's okay. I don't know. All I know is that I drink nothing. I have my 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Oh, man. See, I have my 1 giant cup of coffee.
I'm not done with my diet yet, and I'm not done. Until I'm done, I can't have...
You know what might also be done? And for a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Our next story is...
Yes.
Good segue.
That's a good segue. Marriage licenses might be done.
In Alabama.
But
it's a start, though. I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Right, and this was the entire argument of everything. So, gay rights, whatever, marriage and all that junk.
Really? And all that junk?
And all that junk.
God, you're just...
I don't even care right now. No, I really don't.
Oh.
I don't care. Because, okay, what you do in your private life, I may disapprove of, but it's your private life. As long as you don't try to force me to pay for your stuff in your private life,
yeah,
that I'm fine. Do whatever the heck you want. I wish you to do something else. That would be wonderful if you went a different way. If you went the way of the same faith and belief that I have, that would be wonderful, and I bet it would be prosperous for you. But I have no right dictating to you what you do with your life, and you have no right dictating what I do with my money. So I'll stay out of your bedroom. You stay out of my wallet.
Why did it have to be my bedroom? Why can't it be out of my wallet? Why did we?
Because I was the one talking.
Why do I got to be the dirty one?
I was the one talking.
God, whatever.
Whatever. So,
but no, it's true. I'm. There's absolutely is no reason as to why we have to have marriage licenses.
Well, there was a reason originally.
Well, I was going to get to that. I was
okay.
Stop getting ahead of me. As of right now, no, and even then, let's be realistic here, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The reasons, as we're getting ready to explain to you the reasons why they came up with licensing and stuff, even that is a BS.
So bad.
It doesn't count. It's a crap thing in the first place. The whole reason why they came up with having marriage licenses in the first place was because they didn't want...
2 reasons.
Well, yeah, it was 2 reasons. One, they didn't want black people marrying white people.
And 2, they didn't want people that had deficient genes marrying other people with deficient genes to make a worse population.
Yes. So basically, you have these horribly racist...
Horribly
bigoted,
eugenic.
Yeah, basically Hitler-type people.
Yeah, like Margaret Sanger.
Yes, thank you. Came up with the ingenious idea that, hey, we're going to make everybody have marriage license, and in order for this to actually pull off right, then we can shroud this under, well, it's for tax purposes, and so we can, the government can regulate things and see things and da-da-da, when the whole point of it was to... keep the races from mixing because they believed that blacks were inferior and because they didn't want to have people that were the undesirables, as it were, with Down syndromes and polio and all of this other stuff. Yeah. They didn't want them mingling with the...
They didn't want that to blend.
Yes.
They didn't want it to mix.
They didn't want to taint the pool, as it were.
Taint nothing but a thing.
No. No. Not doing it.
Not going there.
But yeah, that's the only reason why we have marriage licenses in the first place.
Right. That was the original reason of the marriage license.
We have no reason for them now.
None whatsoever.
0.
Well, I mean, now we have more reasons for them as far as, that taxes. Right. But get the government out of my income tax.
Well, but yeah, I was going to say, that's a whole nother thing.
No income tax. Let's kill income
and
tax.
There's ways that we can get out of it. But the fact of the matter is that, and the reason why these guys from Alabama is getting ready to actually legislate this is not like the weed is in California. Or not in California, in Colorado, where just everybody wanted it because it was on a ballot.
Right.
This is something that is actually being legislated in the state capitol.
Right. It's a bill being pushed through.
State bill.
Yeah.
Because there were magistrates and judges who felt that it was against their religion to issue out licenses to homosexuals, and for gay marriages.
Technically, I can't go against it's against their religion to honor that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I understand
and so
you.
But what they were doing was at least being fair. Is instead of not giving them out to just the one side. They quit giving them out to everybody.
Yeah, they said, you know what? I can't do this if it's a legal thing.
Yeah.
So I just can't do this anymore.
Exactly.
You
So
can't come to me anymore to do
what's
that.
happened then is more and more judges were deciding to just not put out wedding licenses at all, marriage licenses at all, which eventually people in the legislature was going, wait a second, people aren't getting married here. What the?
Why aren't people getting married?
What's going on? And so long and the short is they figured out this is why. And so they've come up with the idea that what they'll do is they will, and it's being voted on, we'll know something soon and we'll keep y'all updated.
Yep.
But they're going to possibly pass a bill to make it a state law
Yeah.
to do away with marriage licenses. Now, you will still basically, it'll be left up to the clergy. So basically, you do everything with a pastor, and the pastor officiates it and makes it real.
Exactly.
And then there's like a little form you do fill out that just kind of notifies the government that, hey, you are married, you did get married here, and this did happen. But you don't. It's not a license. You're not going into some dark,
it's just
crappy
a certification that you were married.
Yeah, it's just because there are still benefits that you get.
Right.
Due to taxes and everything else.
Right. It's just not a legal binding document.
Yes. You're not asking for the government's permission.
Now, at the same point in time, like everybody else, you can go to the government and you can say, hey, I want to notarize this legally binding contract with my significant other. And everybody's always been able to do that. It's just... This is a religious thing mixed in with a legislative thing mixed in with
secular,
the secular knowledge and understandings of everything going on, and these guys, this Republican Congress and state legislature, they just decided, you know what? Let's stop forcing the issue. We don't need marriage licenses. They can get certificates from the pastor or the priest or whoever's officiating the wedding. Those people are technically officiated. They can go through a class and get it done.
You can get it online.
You can could go see Elvis. It doesn't matter. As long as you come back and you have a sheet of paper and it's from some place that actually is official.
Yeah,
you're married.
It's amazing how it goes where you come to a realization that you really don't need the government to do a majority of the things that we believe in life we're supposed to do.
Right. And it was that whole idea that we decided, as a religious people, we wanted to keep marriage between a man and a woman.
Yep.
And the reason why is because technically it's between man, woman, and God for us as a religious people.
Yep.
And so to forego the God portion of it and make it whatever, and the government really kind of screws the pooch on it.
Because everything that the government touches, they end up screwing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't
really.
It doesn't matter what look. And they always say, well, it's the government has the best of intentions. They're just, you know what? Custer had the best of intentions, and look what happened to him. I'm just saying. Hitler, for all intents and purposes, had the best of intentions, and look what happened to him. And best of intentions don't fill up my water bottle.
What is that? What is that saying? The road to hell is paved with best of intentions.
Something like that.
Is paved with good intentions.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, good intentions are great, except for the fact that generally speaking, when somebody says I'm doing this with good intention, that means they're doing something stupid, but they mean well.
Yeah. Yeah, but so what if you mean well, if you still did it wrong? You know what I mean? That's almost like I hit you because I love you. That's doesn't quite. It's not right. It's not even close to being right. And we just kind of accept it. We just, oh no, this is normal. This is how it's always been. Nay, it's not how it's always been. There was a point where there were, believe it or not, there were presidents that
Washington, Lincoln,
and all of them in between.
Anyway, until we actually made laws for marriage, none of them.
Yeah, you didn't need that. You went to your pastor and you turned around and got a pastor to do it. And if he didn't want to do it, you found somebody who did.
Well, normally you went to your local pastor, and if he didn't want to do it, then you had to convince him.
Yeah, but well. Yes, that's true.
You had to convince him that, one, you were of the right religion, and two, that it was okay to marry this other person.
Exactly. But now you're getting into the weeds about that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was, you don't need, I'm sorry, the government doesn't need to be telling me what I need to do with my life.
Exactly. And they don't need to be telling anybody what they need to do with their life. And you know what? If that means for us, overall, even if that means for us that they get rid of the marriage, the joint thing on taxes and everything else, you know what?
You know what it might be?
Oof.
Maybe an incentive to, I don't know.
Get rid of the income tax.
Stealing my thunder. That's what I was thinking. Or abolish the IRS altogether.
Oh, man, that'd be so good.
Wouldn't it be magical?
Wouldn't
it be magical to be able to actually have everything that you worked for?
Yeah,
they
did back in the 1920s before any of this happened.
I looked at, because of the way the government is, the way the world is, and the way everything is set and structured right now.
Yeah.
I lose $200 of my paycheck a week. A week.
That sucks.
A week.
And half of that isn't even taxes. That's like Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare.
Crap that I'm not paying for, I'm paying for that I'm never going to see.
Never going to get it.
None.
Never going to get it. Never going to get it.
It just, it's so bad. It is so bad. But you see, nobody wants to stop and think about the possibility of, well, maybe we can actually live in a world where I go to work, I work for 40 hours, I get paid for those 40 hours, and I get to keep said 40 hours.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
Pay.
Yeah, that's unheard of. But they were doing that back in, 1910, 1915, 1920.
Yeah. And when the income tax came out, it wasn't even significant enough for anybody to really pay attention to it.
Exactly. Now, not until, 1930
it was
something or another.
And then they made it like 75%.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh!
Then it almost went to 90%. And then,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother basket of weaves. But still, again, no one ever everybody thinks that this is how it is. It's not how it is. It doesn't have to be this way. It's not how it started.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to stay this way.
It doesn't have to be how it ends.
And if you really don't want to have to deal with it like this, you can say...
We can change.
We can change. You can vote it out. But people think, oh, well, I'm going to change things. It's going to I'm making waves. I don't want to... Shut up.
Oh, gee golly.
I'm going to love him and squeeze him and name him George.
Which way did he go, George?
A little bunny rabbit.
Yeah. Well, while you're chasing the bunny rabbit, how about we get over here and we work on some actual policy?
That would be nice.
And by policy, I mean killing a whole bunch of regulations and possibly abolishing the IRS.
That would be nice. I'm still hold out for hope that maybe one day there'll be a convention of states.
Nah. It's close, but nah.
I know, but a guy can have a dream.
Yeah.
I can have a dream.
Yes, you can.
And I dream that one day we'll have a convention of states.
I dream a dream of times gone by.
Don't stop it. Stop. This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, there are so many other reasons why we can't have nice things. Anyway.
We're going to get in trouble. Okay.
Yes, there we are. You can find us at Defenders of American Exceptionalism, DOA Show, at both Facebook and Twitter.
Lanterns.buzz.
Lanterns.buzz. You can also find so many other wonderful Lanterneers on Lanterns.buzz. And if you go to patreon.com/DOAE Show, you can become a patron of ours.
Yes.
And by that, you can get some good swag.
Yes, you can.
So go do it.
I got real fast before we hit the button. My sister sent me that poem I was trying to tell about.
Yeah.
A wise old owl sat in an oak.
Uh-huh.
And the more he saw, the less he spoke.
Mm-hmm.
The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we all be like that wise old bird? And that was what I was trying to think of from earlier.
And you still massacred it.
While
reading it, you still screwed it up.
Sue me, okay? Limericks were not exactly my forte. Okay, I was more into English.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. Folks, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Yes, Lance, let us repeal the 16th Amendment.
I'm down.
That'd be good times.
Like Joe Brown downtown.
Isn't it funny that to actually do an income tax, they had to put an amendment in the Constitution because at the time it was against the constitutional law to do that? Mm-hmm. Mainly because of one of those, a couple of those taxes from the king that was originally kind of not so good.
We would call that irony.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. God bless us all.
Mm.
Anyway, folks, we are live on Facebook right now. We're Defenders of American Exceptionalism. DOAE Show on Twitter.
Yep. We are also on Lanterns.buzz Facebook page.
Yes, and Periscope.
And their Periscope.
And YouTube.
And their YouTube. You can find our videos there. Please like, share, post replies, comments, anything you can do.
Spread it around.
Spread it around.
We are all about sharing the love. Don't keep it to yourself. Nobody likes
you. Nobody likes you when you're hoarding the love.
Yeah, I get emails and people are upset about it.
I know. It's terrible. It's bad times.
It is. It's horrible.
They're always asking, where is the love?
I'm not doing it. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Oh, come on.
You're not going to get me.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
So you're not going to get it?
No. I'm not going to take it anymore.
Anymore? Nah.
There, I gave you a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now, this last one I want to do needs to have
a knee-jerk reaction?
No. Oh. No. I need you to give this next story the absolute respect that it deserves in every way, shape, form, or fashion. This is don't be jumping ahead.
Okay.
Just I need you to understand the gravity of what I'm about to share, because this is like.
So we got to let it sink in.
Yes, this is a heavy hitter. Okay.
All right.
So apparently,
suck it to me.
Yeah. Apparently, there was a beauty pageant in Saudi Arabia.
Wait. Sorry. Stop. Full stop. How?
Didn't I just tell you not to get ahead of me?
All right.
I can't.
All right.
It's not for us to decide. There was a beauty contest that has been riddled now with scandal and corruption.
Like every beauty pageant?
Exactly. It's not just exclusive to America, folks.
Miss Congeniality and Donald Trump.
The problem with it is just like, football players are not allowed to play because of drugs and enhancing and all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
These particular pageant
contestants.
Thank you.
Okay.
Were disqualified over Botox injections, obviously trying to beautify themselves more than natural.
Okay.
And so they were disqualified.
But okay, stop once again. Saudi Arabia. Beauty pageant. Botox. These don't add up yet.
Well, I'm not done with the equation. So I'm reading this. This is from NPR. Some pageant contestants were hit a hump in the road this week.
I couldn't hold it.
I know you can't. It's
It's like it can't hold its weight in water.
that is a camel beauty contest.
Sorry, what? Sorry.
In Saudi Arabia.
What?
I mean, it's
Wait. Go back.
okay. The beauty contest is a camel beauty contest in Saudi Arabia, disqualified.
No. Stop.
Did you not catch that?
Nah, slow it down.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay. The contestants
Uh-huh.
that hit a hump
Uh-huh.
in the road this week.
Yep.
At a camel.
One hump or two?
It looked like one. Camel beauty contest where a dozen camels were receiving Botox injections to make them more attractive. Saudi media reported that a veterinarian was caught performing plastic surgery on camels a few days before the pageant, according to the UAE's The National. In addition to the injections, the clinic was surgically reducing the size of the camel's ears to make them appear more delicate. Yes, you have something you need to.
You get a question. So you'd rather look at a modified camel instead of a woman?
In all fairness, the camel is technically naked. The woman is wearing a tent.
So you'd rather
Just saying.
You'd rather put tents on your women and stare at naked camels.
Far be it from me to judge. I'm just reading. This is a travesty. The scandal, the corruption. This is like, this is injecting people with steroids at the Olympics. That's what this is. This is Russia, 1986.
It's nothing to spit at.
See what you did there. Can I continue, please?
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Let me finish
Fine.
this, and maybe you can get some
Fine.
closure. Okay. Quote: they use Botox for the lips, the nose, the upper lips, the lower lips, and even the jaw. End quote. Said Ali Al Morzazi.
Excuse me. What? Sorry. Go back.
Ali Al Mazrumi.
Excuse me. What? One more time.
Ali Al Murzari, a regular at such festivals and the son of the prominent Emirati breeder, told the newspaper, quote, it makes the head more inflated so that when the camel comes, it's like, oh, look how big that head is. It has big lips, a big nose, end quote. You can't make this stuff
I don't
up.
have enough cowbell.
I do.
Where's Christopher Walken when you need him? Needs more cowbell. And just, oh gosh.
There's really money, and there's real money at stake too. About $57 million is awarded to winners of the contest and the camel races. So apparently they doll these camels up and then race them.
They call me the camel jockey. They love my camels with the humps.
$31.8 million in prize money just for the pageants. That doesn't count the races.
The lovely camel humps.
My hump. Okay, the festival provides a number of informative graphics about camels, including a diagram entitled Standards of Camel Beauty.
So
it is sadly unspecific about what makes for handsome nostrils and withers, though it does mention a leathery mouth.
A leathery mouth.
among regulations about the age, breeding, and teething. Contest rules say, in case of fraud, to change the natural form of the participating camels, the participant shall be excluded immediately, while violators banned from this year's contest and the next 5 sessions of the festival, along with possible legal penalties for violating the kingdom's animal welfare laws. Holy crap, this thing has a handbook.
Not only does it have a handbook,
They
they have animal what?
They took the time to write a book and says, all right, here's the rules. If your camel's not pretty and you've cheated, you're going to not be able to have another pretty camel out here.
You got to purr the camel.
Hey there, boy. Hey there, boy. Like your humps.
I can't.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh.
It is.
What if they have a cleft hoof?
Let's see what you did there. For example, they start to pull the lips of the camel. They pull it by hand like this every day, and it makes it longer.
Like this.
Yeah. Ali Obeid told the National, who is a camel owner.
Ali Obeid.
They get creative, trying to apparently make these camels look attractive, which I've never looked
at a camel
this
and
is
said,
what happens. This is what
"Hey."
happens. Hold on. This is what happens when you live in a country where your women, the only thing you can see are little slits of their eyes.
Yeah.
This is what happens. You know what's bad is, and I you know, to be racial about things, if I may, for a moment.
No.
There were jokes and stuff that people will make about people in the Middle East. You know,
About camels.
well, it's not about camels. It's actually goats. Goats are usually the prominent one that they use.
Oh.
I'm beginning to
But
think
that's
that,
also in West Virginia.
well, but no, what? No, I think they've mistaken the animal, because let's be realistic. I can't. I have nothing. I can't.
You can't go there, can you?
I really can't, and I want to so badly, but I like to do what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to move on. The beauty contest launched in 2000 is the centerpiece of the King Abdulaziz
What?
Camel Festival.
I didn't try that.
Abdulaziz.
Abdulaziz.
That's what I said.
Is
I'm
that what
not
you
Arabic.
said?
I did. King Abdulaziz.
Okay.
Camel Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, authorities moved the festival from a remote location in the desert to a site an hour and a half from Riyadh. And this year's attendance was increased by a third, according to Reuters.
Wait.
Well, goody for them.
So they're getting more people coming to the camel beauty contest?
Well, think about it. If you lived out there, and again, all you're used to seeing are women with slits in their little tents, then you find out that, hey, there are some hot camels meeting out in the desert. Wouldn't you go?
No.
Yeah, you would.
No.
We all would. Just admit
No.
we would.
No.
The camel is
It's like-
a symbol of Saudi Arabia, and we used to preserve it out of necessity. Now we preserve it as a pastime, says this guy from the Middle East.
The chief judge.
I
can't. Why?
You know what I bet you it is? It's the heat.
Why?
It's got to be. It's got to be the heat.
What do you mean?
The desert.
And?
Desert heat. And
That's the entire place is a desert. It always has been.
yeah, they're trying to make it work, and it's not working. They
It's
need to
not.
move. They'd have never put some of these cats on like a ski slope, and they're gonna go camel what?
Camel who?
Mm-hmm.
Camel get a what?
So apparently, we were mistaken.
How?
Well, I was saying with the whole goat thing, but
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
actually
I mean
camel.
that's because you say that
This is
the
just-
whole deal is with the goats and everything like that, and I can kind of shepherds and everything else back in the day. Okay, but camels are more essential in the desert.
standards for camel beauty. Here's a picture of it. Look,
No.
look.
Wow.
The forehead of the skull, the bridge of the nose, the nostrils,
They
leathery
have-
mouth, cheeks, eyes, neck, the Archangel, which apparently is that
The Archangel.
the elbow right here on the front
So
leg.
like if you take, it's basically like the ridge of the armpit, but in a camel.
The hoof, foot, the stomach, chest, the udder, stifle, which is the kneecap back.
It's got a cleft hoof.
the spine. It's. We're gonna have to post this. I think.
Can't. Yeah, you need to post
This
that
is
because people are gonna be like, "Wait, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?" Okay.
What's this?
This is amazing.
Amazing.
I just.
What do you,
I don't get it. I don't.
guys?
God bless America.
Please stop.
Again, I'm telling you, it's because of the desert and their women dressed in tents. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yes, there is a $57 million prize up for grab for those things. Yes.
I just messed that up.
That's so much more than any beauty pageant where there's women involved.
I know, weird, right? You don't see Miss America getting
You're
$31 million.
You're injecting Botox and performing plastic surgery on these ears and face and neck and areas and on an animal to sell it in a beauty pageant, which technically isn't a beauty pageant. It's just we're selling these animals and we want them to look a certain way. So we modify the animals.
You're starting to drift into a Christopher Walken type.
I just can't. It's making my head hurt, man.
It does.
It really is.
I really truly could not believe this when I first saw it. I couldn't. I had
that
to,
has to.
I thought it was from The Onion. I really did.
It's from NPR.
It's NPR. NPR is they're
serious.
Yeah, they're way too posh to make up stuff like this. And someone had to, this is
somebody at NPR was like, "Really? We're going with this?"
Yeah. Are you sure this is the one we want?
This can't be right.
No, it is. It really is.
No, really.
I'm sure.
No, think about the children.
Stop it.
Oh!
I'm not doing this. I'm not going to play that game.
You know what? We played that camel hump game just now.
I know, and I feel dirty.
I know.
I feel dirty.
You just went and described how they rate the beauty of camels. And you won't do a Michael Jackson joke?
Nah. Well, because they touch little kids and they're talking about touching camels, and it's just this weird connection.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to post this right now.
He's posting it for all of you to see.
Because
you'll be able to find it at our Facebook page. DOAE Show is the quick handle, Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We will repost it on Twitter as well, so you can find it there as too.
Because it makes me giggle.
Yeah.
And giggling is
it doesn't, and it also doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It makes no sense, but it makes him laugh, and it just these people. Boop. Just like when we were talking about earlier, where people are trying to win conversations and everything else, and he's just talking over each other and never listening and never understanding.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations to where I look at and I say, I don't understand what you're doing here, and I don't want to try.
I don't want to play your game anymore.
I don't want to do this.
I want to take my ball and go home.
Mm-hmm. And by that I mean all of my $57 million that I don't have.
Right? That's the part. I think that might be the most amazing thing about this whole thing. It's not even so much that the fascination with the camels or anything like that. I think it's just the amount of money.
Yeah.
That these people are getting for
$57 million.
That's a lot.
Golly.
Camel. Anyway.
How did you do that?
I don't know. Folks, thanks for listening tonight. We really, really appreciate it. We hope y'all had a blast. We know we had fun doing it with you. We appreciate y'all listening. You could be doing other things, but you're here hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. We will see you guys next Saturday. This Saturday. This Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook Live. DOAE Show on Facebook, Twitter, DOAE Show, Lanterns.buzz. Check out everybody out there.
Yep.
Guys, have a great, great night. We'll see you Saturday. Bye.